All right, hello and welcome everybody back to another stream. I'm your SMC. I really appreciate all you guys stopping by. Today we're going to be doing a flight in a country I've actually never flown in Microsoft 2020 or 24 in at all, which is Japan. And we're going to be flying from, excuse my pronunciation, let me get how to read the FUK-ROAH. It's probably completely wrong, but I'm going to say that. And we're going over to Neha. So these are both seniors I picked up on Contrail. If you guys want to use the Contrail link in the description, you guys can save some money down there. And yeah, go get a discount. The Contrail code is down in the description for you. Save a little bit of money. On top of that, I want to say thank you to all the channel partners that we do have. They're all listed in the description down below. Be it ProDessim, Tobii Eye Tracker, Pimax. You can all save money with my discount codes down below, which helps the channel as well. So I really appreciate that using the links down below if you're going to buy any of these things. Today we're going to be using the Moza YOKE AY210, which I also have a link for down there as well. The AY210 with obviously the YOKE grip. We're using the Honeycomb Bravo matched with the ProDesk Sim 737 throttles kit, and then our wing control, MCP and EFISes, and wing control rudder pedals. That's what we'll be using today. We're running two streams today as well, by the way, guys. We got a vertical stream and a horizontal stream. So the vertical stream, we got Gotham, welcome. You run the Pimax Super in light, right? I'm picking up my new PC today with Pimax Super with 5080. Any tips much appreciated. I run the light, and I got a 5080 as well. And what I have to do to make it work properly is I have to use something called, it's in the Pimax software, and it's called fixed foveated rendering. I would turn that on to balanced. At least if you're playing DCS, I need to run it like that. But thank you for watching. Thanks for commenting as well, Gotham. Thanks for subscribing. Matthew, welcome. Thank you for being a member. VSeth as well, thank you for being a member. Good morning to you. Nah. Okay. We'll say it like that. But yeah, we are running two streams today. I haven't done too much 737 ops in quite a little bit, so it'll be kind of new for me, and in Japan. I set it to morning, so we have a nice little like kind of early morning departure kind of thing going on here. We're just getting loaded up here in the Solarseed Air 737-800, and so that's about it. We are using chase plane as well, so I'll be able to do that. And let's step on inside. I think the flight deck's in a general turnaround layout from what I can tell. So everything's looking good up there. The IRSs are already nicely aligned for us. Just squawk 2000. Transponder off for the time being. And that's about it. Go over to the FMS. Actually, before we do that, let's go to the EFB. More Rudder, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I was gonna contact you. We have to do that. We have to film that video again. I completely forgot about it, but I'm off coming up the 2nd to the 10th, so I got tons of time off. But yeah, I completely forgot about that. How you doing? Hopefully it was all as well. Any news on when Boris will release these sounds for the NG? No idea. Absolutely no idea. Be really good though. Those sounds are awesome. Although the NG sounds have been updated, but the Boris sounds are really good. Got him on the vertical stream. Says I used my reverb for 6 years now with the 1080 Ti, and fixed foveated would definitely add that in. Will be primarily for DCS. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I used a reverb for a while too on a 3070. But yeah, the Pimax, you'll see, this is my opinion, what you're going to see from the Pimax is a higher resolution, wider field of view, but it's a little less comfortable than the reverb. D3, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. I'm going to get this show on the road here, so I might not avoid comments, but I'm going to try to get this going a bit here. So we requested our data there. We got our departure in FUK-ROAH. Sorry, I'm gonna butcher that. It's scattered 36, broken 4 grand, broken 5. I don't like when there's 3 layers of clouds. It's usually a bad thing. See, the temperature and dew point are kind of close. Oh, and they use QNH over here. So QNH of 1018. So let's go ahead and flick our. Oh, wait. Yeah, this is a glitch with. There we go. We'll do it like that. All right. I'll just press the B button. 1019 is what it calls for. So in that case, we're going to go down here. We'll go FMC, position, route, request, sim brief. We're going to set our payload. We're going to set our fuel. We're going to select the route. And with the wind of 160, I assume they're going to be using the 1.6s. I don't know if they use 1.6 left or right, but we're so close to 1.6 left, I'm just going to choose 1.6 left. Go ahead and clear that. Let me know if the sounds are all good, guys, as well. I'm always experimenting with the sounds. Thanks for the input. Try to catch you early, and it worked. Loving the content. Thanks you so much, God. I really appreciate you. And thanks for the kind words. Mr. Flight Sim Gaming, welcome, welcome. Thanks for stopping by, my friend. Guys, go check out Mr. Flight Sim Gaming's channel as well. Show him some love. We're going to press load. I'll zoom out a little bit for you here. I don't think I loaded it. Oh, there we go. It just took an hour to load. Activate, execute that. Oop, not what I wanted to do. Legs page. Looks like that's all in there. Departure, arrival, departure. We're going to be taking the Mario 5. I like that. Via them. I don't think we actually have a transition on this one, which is kind of strange. Yeah, we're just going to leave it as is. Runway 16 left. We'll execute that. Departure, arrival. Over there in Naha. I'm really not trying to say these words incorrectly, but 100 at 10 is the wind over there. And they have to choose from 18, 36, 36. I mean, I guess 18. That'll be the best option. I don't know if 18 right is what they typically use. Usually they use the shorter runway for the arrivals, so probably 18 right, I'd imagine. So we'll choose 18 right for now, and that's going to be, let's see what star, Inyan, the Inyan. All right, we'll execute that. Before I do that, let's actually quickly just check. 18 right. Is there a via that we can use here? Let's see. Let's do it via Koodle. Call. That's on the same on the star, so we'll execute that. Alright, that's all been entered in. Perf. We can request a perf data, and while we do that, I'll read some of your comments. Captain Jack, welcome, welcome. Thanks for stopping by on the vertical stream. Hope you're doing well. Doing work, and you, doing work, and got you up on screen. Nice, nice. Work for nice. Hey guys, in chat, hit that like button. Yeah, thanks, Jack. Appreciate you. We're on 2 streams today, guys, so if you want to do the extra burden and go like both streams, that'd be awesome of you to do. Oscar, what's your JD fly in real life? I fly the CRJ 900, was trained on the 200 and 900, but I only fly the 900 and /900 NG, if you want to differentiate the two, but that's it. So we're calling for flight level, wow, 40,000 feet, a 0 to 117.9. Let's make sure that matches my Simbri flight plan over here really quickly. 0 fuel weight, 117.9, yep. Fuel on board of 15.7, that makes sense. With a burn of 7.8. Alrighty, insufficient fuel. It always does that to me, but whatever. Reserve of 2.1. Alternate 3.7. So oh, I see what they've done. They added their reserves plus their alternate. Yeah, I don't do that in RJ land, so I'm gonna keep it like this. It's probably a Boeing thing, but whatever. Costings at 28, and that matches the OFP. So everything else here is good to go. Go N1 limits, and for that we're going to go over here, go performance tool, and we're going to go 16 left. We're departing. Import from OFP, import from the aircraft, import the weather, calculate all that. Got a flap 5 departure, N1 of 86.7 with a D rate of 2 and a flex of 55. So 55, D rate 2, 86.6. 86.7. Now, I don't know about the Boeing world, but in the RJ world, if we're flexing, we can't be less than this number. So to change that, 86.6, I'm going to do 53. 86.9, now we're above it, so we're good. That's a limitation for us. I don't know if that's the same, but I'm just going to do it. CG, we'll add the CG, flap 5 departure, 32, 32, 3, 36, and the EFB gives us 36, 37, 39. I'll bug the higher speeds, just because it's, you know, whatever, it's safer, just going a couple knots. So 36, 37, 39, 136, 137, 139. Alrighty, and then on the MCP, we'll do 139 plus 10. Might be plus 20 in the Boeing, I'm not sure. But we'll do 149 down there. So we're in the, who designed the scenery? This is a custom scenery I bought, actually, for FUK-ROAH. Excuse my pronunciation. I was so weirded out on the taxiways. They use, like, I think, maybe it wasn't this airport. I think it was over in FUK-ROAH. They use, like, red taxiway lines. I'm like, what the heck is that? We're just waiting on boarding for the most part here. Mora says, I know I completely forgot. Blame it on my my holiday season. No, I forgot as well. Can I ask where I find your Moza AY210 profile? It's in the Discord. If you look under the training resources, and I think I just posted a new CRJ one the other day, so it should be in there. Oh, you're live, lol. Are you going to do a live stream in the new year? Into the new year? What do you mean? We still got like a few days for that. You want me to stay live this whole time? No, we're not doing that. I got to work on New Year's as well. I hit the like on both. Thanks, Jack. Thanks. Hi, Arcade is the CRJ version 2 for Microsoft. I tried it, but I felt it ain't up to speed with Phoenix. No, it's nowhere close to Phoenix modeling. It needs like if they really wanted to sit down, I'd be willing to like say everything that it needs to change. But I think I don't think that's where the module is trying to get to. But I'd say it's a good 60% of like 60 to 70 of like flight model, of like climb rates and all that kind of stuff. And then maybe about a 50 to 60% on systems. Yeah, maybe 70. I mean, it does the A to B stuff okay. It's just the FMS needs a lot of work. The LNAV tracking needs a lot of work. Honestly, the way it intercepts a localizer and how bad it is in the sim, that's actually how bad it is in real life. So that's realistic. I don't think that was by design, but it is. Looking forward to doing a live stream with you tonight. I think we'll do somewhere warmer, though, since it's cold, icy up north. Yeah, that's the fun part, Jack. We're going to get you all in the anti-icing world. But yeah, whatever you like. We can do a lot of anti-ice stuff, though, if you want. Be sure to check in with us later, guys. Me and Captain Jack will be doing a live stream where he's going to fly the CRJ, and I'm going to help him out on how to use it. You have to do too much on the CRJ for me. Doesn't have auto. Yeah, Mike, the CRJ is not a baby bus, so it won't take care of you like an Airbus will. You have to work for a living on the CRJ. It's a good comment, though. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Got the home Christmas this year. Slipped on black ice. Uh-oh, shoveling the driveway and screwed up my wrist. Well, man, I think you'll be playing a lot of DCS, so book off and have a good time. Looking at the 170, 175, a lot of people liking that airplane. The 170, 175 is what you fly if you can't pass the CRJ type course. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. The Embraer is very automated, so if you like the automated stuff, then you can do that. Thanks. I find it in your Discord. No worries. Normally, I do VR plus 15 in the Boeing. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's 15, 10, or 20. I'm just doing 10 because that's what it is in RJ, but it's probably different. You put V2 in the speed. I'm getting mixed signals now. Good morning. Happy New Year. I was just saying to Mr. Flight Sim Gaming there. Appreciate you guys stopping in. We're going to keep going here with the setup. Although we're pretty much done. What I am going to do is get the APU all fired up if I can find my view for it. I think it's the left forward pump or left aft. I don't care. APU goes on. 1, 2, 3. Should get a low pressure light. And then we're going to hold it. There it is. Cool. I like that they've added you can actually hold the button now. It doesn't do that auto snapback anymore, which is nice. So that's good. I'll give you guys some sounds outside here. V2 on the speed bug 37. That's what you're referencing to. It's V2. All right, V2 it is. 139 is set. Beauty of an MCP. I can do it without even going in the flight deck. The CRJ does make you work. It's fun, a little effort. It is. It's a lot of work. You gotta really watch it all the time, and you gotta do more in the sim because it's broken. So it's all good, Jack. No worries. Yeah, they're not Boris sounds, but you know they're not too bad. So we throw the window heat on, get the gens on. Okay, so now the APU is providing the generator power. We can go ahead and go to the bleed air panel over here. And the recirc fans are already on. The isolation valve's open. The packs are on auto. That was a lot of sound glitching. We'll throw the APU bleed on. I don't know why this is all set up like that, but whatever. It's the turnaround state. We're going up to 40,000 feet, which is a little excessive, but we'll do it. And the landing altitude over there in FUK-ROAH is 16 feet. We'll just set 50 feet on that. Maybe 0, I guess, is closer. We'll set 0. That looks good to me. And we're not fueling anymore. We can throw the belts on. Alrighty then. What movie is that from? It's from a movie. 36, 37, 39 has all been set up. We'll go route and route copy. We got a secondary flight plan made. We'll go to the legs page, and that's good for that. Let's set up our MCP a little bit here. So we're on the Mario 5. And that, oh my god. Man, ICAO SIDs are like ridiculous. 16 left. Climb heading 158. At or above 500, direct FF. So let's make sure this is what this says. Yep, FF 603. At or above flight level 20,000 to Yamga. At or above 13,000 feet. We're not doing the transitions. So I guess the top altitude in this is 20 grand, is the way I read that. Let me look at the rest of this here. It's a Dean Gap. Alright. I mean, there's no ATC, so I could technically just dial it up to 40,000, but it's always nice to find your top altitude. Flight director's on. We're going to go LNAV and VNAV, and we're going to say LNAV, VNAV. We can also arm the auto thrust system. I love that. I'm using the wing control MCP, and when you have the auto thrust in the up position, this switch here on the actual physical MCP that I have, let me show you. I guess I have cameras, don't I? I don't know why I'm not showing you here. There we go. So this switch right here, it stays up. If I were to click my auto throttle disconnect, the switch in the sim will go down, and this switch will go down. Ready? I love that. We'll put it back up and armed. So we got arm, LNAV, and that went to Toga, which is not great, but I don't think I'll be able to get out of that. Well, actually, I might be able to get out. Let's do the flight directors off. And flight directors on. Alright, there we go. LNAV, VNAV. Sweet. Let's just throw all the fuel pumps on at this point. Let's see our fuel here. This seems like not that much fuel, but I guess it is for the trip we're doing. Only about an hour and a half, so we're good there. There's no center tank fuel. That's all good. Let's go ahead and get rid of the ground power. Release the ground power. The parking brake is set now, so we can go ahead. I think we're still boarding, so we'll let that go. Oh, alright, let's do this before I get more of these. I went to ultra on my settings because I wanted to try it, but go back to high because this game sucks. Can't run it on a 5080. Put the cameras off for the time being. Since I was flying the 738 a bunch since it came out, I really enjoy all the changes they made. The sounds are honestly pretty good. Yeah, they're not that bad. Boris definitely, again, does a better job, but I mean, that's like a dedicated sound. But these are pretty good. Have you ever encountered any failure that were critical in your flying career? Critical? Not really. I mean, I had a PFD and an RJ go out, but that's not really critical. I had a couple generators and packs and stuff failed, but we sold the other one. So that kind of stuff. But then I've had close calls in like a 172, either traffic calls slash super high temp, super hot, or super low pressure on the oil. So you know, your next thought is, well, the engine's gonna blow up. But thankfully, it was just a. I had it 3 times. Thankfully, it's just a gauge error. So yeah, nothing crazy. Hey, I did get the bore sound for the CRJ. Dude, that bore sound on the RJ is amazing. It's really, really good. Using the mag switch? Yeah, I am. Between it and the Blackbird set, make this bird so much fun to fly. Yeah, dude, the mag switch on the wing control MCP is an absolute must, in my opinion, at least. We're going to set our courses. Don't know why really they do this when they're not using a VOR for it, but we'll set our course to 158, runway heading. We'll set our heading to 158, which is runway heading. And our other course to 158. I think we're still waiting on boarding. Put my hat on. Hello, welcome. Thanks for flying with us. Oh, thanks for flying with us. I'm gonna do this for the rest of the stream. Hello, welcome aboard. Alright, we're done with that. I kind of want to just stop boarding and like just reset county real quick. Can I go in here? Oh my god. Hello. Whoa. Oh, I guess you can't go in there. But yeah, the detail looks beautiful. That's cool. You can see the people like taking the hop. Probably about this tall, I'd imagine, roughly. Person height. You gotta stand and do it on deplaning, yeah. Gotta go get the door code. Oh my god, yeah, you're getting a little anxious for those door codes, man. Well, I guess I can give you guys a brief. How about that? We'll do that part of this. Put this up here, and you guys can already see it in the vertical chat. So we're parked here. Probably just push on to Kilo 6 or face northwest. Taxi Kilo Echo 2, really, and that's it. That's a quick taxi, so we'll get all set up basically here, give the FAs some time to prepare the cabin for departure. We're doing the Mario 5 departure, which is going to be FX rolling and bleeds on. Runway 16 left. It's a climb heading 158 at about 500 feet, direct to the FF603, at or below flight level 200 to Yamga at or above 13 grand. And we'll be, LNAV VNAV is already armed for that. The transition altitude is 14,000 feet. And that's about it. The NTIs and the continuous ignition is not required. And then Viz for the airport is way above its VFR, basically. So that's nothing really left there to brief. I mean, we got some threats. I've never flown in Japan ever, at least to my recollection. And that's it. Put the thing on the thing, flare at 20 feet. That's all we're gonna do. Alright, I'm restarting county. I'm not waiting to board virtual people. Later. I tried to do as much as I could. Let's see, let's wait for that to bring itself back up. I want to make sure though in this it does have the 14,000 feet. Forget where that's set. There it is. Yeah, 14 grand. All right, cool. Let's call up GSX. Prepare for pushback, departure. Sure, whatever. And we got to get CTAF. We're on VATSIM today, guys. Huh. Doesn't like that. Oh, that's crazy. I was not expecting that. RJFF. Yeah, there's no CTAF. Oh, they don't do CTAF here. Yeah, I forgot. So it's 1228. That's crazy. They went way too much into detail with that. Appreciate all the subscribers, by the way, guys. We're going like crazy past few days here. VNAV climb. Yeah, exactly. Japan is gold mine for short range wide body routes. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think there's some. Isn't there some cool 8.7 stuff out here you can do? Cat Minnesota, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Oh, what? My auto thrust just disconnected. Oh, it's on here. Let's do it again. There we go. We want nose to the left. Remove PMDG. GSX says, waiting for your action to remove PMDG. Would you like me to uninstall the aircraft, GSX? I can do that. What gate am I at? 11. Oh, I gotta change my push to talk. Forgot about that. I have it set to my Winwing stick, or my wing control joystick. Restart VPilot. Sorry about this, guys, giving you a pretty bad visual here. That's probably one of the worst pushes ever, but alright. Alright, we're back on VPilot. I got my stuff all sorted. Let me just make sure I'm not in anybody's way. There's no one here. Alright, cool. So, go to the overhead panel here. We'll throw off the packs. Just verify that the isolation valve is still open, so the air is free to flow from here to here to here to here to here. That's all good to go. I think we're ready to start, guys. You ready to go? Let's start number 2. Why don't we do it? I believe you wait for a 25 N2 in the 3.7. Or is it 23? I'm gonna do 23. Whatever. I left that door open. The flight deck door open. Whoops. Yeah, Boris is definitely needed for this. Wow, that's... Alright, we're just not going to listen to those. Anyways. Matt says 20%. Dave says 25%. Capjack says 20%. I'll use 20. 20 is a CRJ number, so I'll use 20. It makes it easy for me. So starter cutout, ground number 1. I changed my views around. It's 20%. I flew the MSP event. What a headache. 116 arrivals when I was going in. Yeah, it's insane. No, thank you. What's 3-5% into between friends? Yeah, exactly. Howdy, how you doing? I'm not bad. How are you, my friend? Thank you for stopping by. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday, all of them. Alright, so the engines are fully up and stabilized. We can close that screen. We throw continuous on those. We can turn our electric generators onto the engines. We can go ahead and turn off the APU in that case. We can go ahead and throw on our electric hydraulics. We can go ahead and turn the probes on. We can turn the packs to auto, bleed, or isolation to auto, APU bleed off. That's the only thing the CRJ has automated more than a 7.3 is that right there. All that's pretty much automated. But anyways, we're gonna go flap 5 for departure today. And we'll go auto brake RTO, which is reject takeoff mode. Alrighty then. Wait for our flaps to set here. We got 5 selected and 5 set, indicating there. Might as well just do all this here. Flaps 5 set and green light. Yep, stabilizer trim. Hey, that's a good one. See, that's why I pay attention to these things. Takeoff 5.14. Probably about there. There should be. Is there a No, this one doesn't have it. Alright. Usually I thought there would be like a flight control page or something, but they can't afford that in Boeing. Anyways, go ahead and throw the parking brake off. Throw the taxi light on. And we'll go ahead and taxi out. There's absolutely nobody here, so I'm not even going to bother with the radio call. When's the 757 coming out? You tell me, man. You'll know more than I do. I barely pay attention to the flight sim world. I just I buy and fly. Comes out, I use it. Just say I hope I'm going the right way. I lost one of my views. Oh well. I'll go ahead and do that later on. It'd be fun to fly a 3.7 for a little bit. It's just a nostalgic classic airplane. My very first actually ever high fidelity aircraft was a 737. I was 13 years old on a Costco laptop back in the FSX days. Not even FSX Steam days, just FSX. And I guess that should be on, shouldn't it? Where is it? I'll just throw it all the way on, whatever. But yeah, that was fun learning that. I had a Thrustmaster HOTAS X was the joystick of choice. Actually, more importantly, the joystick of availability. Beautiful mountains off in the distance. That looks pretty nice. Well, not sure if I'm happy with my view. I think I want to bring it just a smidge. Okay, that's too much. I want to bring it just a smidge up. Yeah. Just so I can see the little bottom part of that window wiper. A window wipe, a window wipe. While we're here, I might as well, that's a cool looking view. I'll set the views up in the air because I lost a few there. FUK-ROAH traffic, it's Solar Seed 101 lining up running 16 left. Can someone tell me if Solar Seed's call sign is actually Solar Seed? I just didn't check. I just hoped. I hoped and prayed. How's it going today? Bit of a change from the North American routes I see. Yeah, we're doing a little bit of Japan over here. I've never flown to Japan, so I thought it'd be kind of cool. By the way, guys, I just recently bought the Wing Control Orion 2 and the Strike Ace combo for the throttle, basically a DCS HOTAS throttle. I'll be reviewing that whenever it comes in, so that'd be cool. And I recently got the Moza AB6. Go check out that review. That Moza for DCS is fantastic. It's also good for like 320 and stuff, but in my opinion, you're wasting the potential. You know what I didn't do? I didn't do that, but whatever. Throw those on. Throw those all on. Charlotte Flex, hey, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. That kind of looks like I should be turning now. Hey, actually, you know, that wasn't terrible for doing it outside view. Alright, if you guys are ready, in the chat, if you guys are members, togas and flex emojis in the chat. Here we go. Alright. 80 knots is checked. Oh, he says it. Ooh. Look at us go. Oh, I forgot the yoke cam. Don't mind me. Get back in the center line here.
V1 take.
Alright, we'll go gear up. I love chase plane, man. Oh, this hand flies beautifully. I have the CRJ profile on right now, but that actually works quite well. Kind of wish you could make those flight directors brighter, though. Dang, those are hard to see. Did it just trim without me trimming? I just did it right there, but I thought it. Why is it trimming? Oh, you know what I forgot? I know what I forgot. Oh, yeah, dampener was on. All right. Thought I forgot that. Alright, we can go to auto brake off. We can go to the gear in the off position as well. We're just going to fly this one a little bit because it's actually a very nice airplane to hand fly. Whoa, look at that. That looks great. Good old Microsoft 2024. Flap 1. Man, the views in 24. What's the temperature out here? 10 degrees. All right. I don't know what the procedure is, but wings and cowls on. I'm going to do the CRJ procedures because that's what I know. Flap 0. Control the CRJ or the 37 fly sim to the 900. Interesting. Okay, I wouldn't expect that. Oh, it hand flies really very, very nicely. Much better than 25 or 2020, in my opinion. Which one's the screen? Pitch for 250 there. There we go. Alright, we can go ahead and engage the autopilot. Let me just actually get it a little bit better on target here. I'm gonna cancel our wing anti-ice soon. Autopilot engaged. Alright, wings can come off, but we'll keep the cowls on just for a little bit for this little thing coming up. Something happened to my view. Let's go set a new view real quick. Oops. You guys like it with the window or outside? What do you guys like better? I like window personally, but... She auto trims all the time? I thought with autopilot it would, but I didn't think with autopilot off it trimmed. But I guess it does. That seems interesting to me. But anyways, we're coming up on 10,000 feet. We can go ahead and go lights out. I kind of missed those anyways. The pressurization is checked. We're currently capping climb at 500 a minute. So that's looking good. I don't know when these come off, but I'll do them at 10,000. Sounds like it works. Engine anti-ice can come off as well at this point. We can let the FAs go about their service there. And we're just chilling. Take the cameras off for you, accelerating 300. I want more like a this view. It's funny, I spent all this time like making these views, and then whenever I go on an airplane like I deadhead or something, all I do is like close the shade. Who cares? Let's set this up as 9. That one looks okay. Guess we should have had the HUD down too, technically. But anyways, we'll keep that up. So I'm missing some comments here. Post-takeoff trim comes from the STS speed trim system. It automatically comes on and gives a bit of trim up. Interesting. All right. Cool, cool, cool. So after takeoff, it shouldn't do it. While landing, I assume, shouldn't do it. Not switching to 24 anytime soon. Got 2020 to where I want it, but with aircraft add-ons where I want it, so I'm happy at this point. Maybe in a year or so, we'll do a total new install. Yeah, give yourself like a good 2 days to like get everything, like all the controls and everything working again. 2024 is definitely the sim to be on nowadays. Looks better, flies better. The only problem with 2024 that I have is one problem, and the problem is every single airplane, unless it was developed for 2024, like a brand new development for 24, has the float bug, is what I call it. Is at when you're about to land, like you literally enter a balloon, and I know they're trying to model ground effect and all that great stuff. Ground effect isn't that good. It's not that good. So every airplane, and I've had my buddy who flies a 320 come over, and he said the same thing without me even saying anything. He said the same thing. Every airplane experiences, like the RJ has it. I don't know if the 377 has it too much, but the 320 has it. The Max has it from iFly. It all has so much lift near the ground that you basically don't need to flare. And if you do flare, you're just going to be using up chunks of runway. So it's almost like you're flaring with engines at 40% still. It doesn't feel like it's at idle. Like the airplane should be, when you bring power back, initially won't do much, but it should start to fall, and then you're holding it off. But in the sim, if you hold that pressure off from idle, you just float forever, which it doesn't, I don't know, to me it doesn't feel real at all. But yeah, so I'm hoping they can fix that. I noticed in the flight model that we made for 2020 on the CRJ, it definitely got affected on 24. It feels completely different, so we have to go redo all that. Airspotter UK, hey, welcome. There's an airline called Ibex that fly in Japan IRL if you want some CRJ9 action. Ooh. Alright, I'm gonna look that up. Ibex CRJ MSFS 2024. Let's see if there's a livery for it. 700. Yeah, we can do that. Appreciate that. 10K reset switches normally? Cool. Yeah, I've heard like 10K, I've heard 18,000, I've heard all sorts of different stuff from different people. Geez, that annoying, oh yeah. Hey, no fighting in class, kids. Local Aviator, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for subscribing. We're way past the transition out. We'll go ahead and hit standard. And with that, guys, we're going to reset our heading bug here. Expand our scale a little bit. And I don't think yeah, there's absolutely nobody online for VATSIM, so we're going to go ahead and get a drink of water. We'll be right back. All right, we're 230, climbing 40,000. Climb 300. Your control. I'll be right back. Alright, I have returned. We're not fighting? No, I'm just joking. He's like that little brother you like to lock in closet from time to time. We're all good. Are we there yet? So I can't do long haul. Let's see. Progress. They're gonna get there 23:57 an hour. Well, that's not bad. 80 knot crosswind from the right. Yo, how's it going? Nice to see the 7.3. Yeah. How are you, Aviation Bros? Hope you're doing well. 7.3 is awesome. I saw Mickey Mike flying yesterday on a Discord stream. And I was originally going to do that other live I had posted. I have Toronto Turks and Caicos posted on the 320, which I know it's the max, but I don't want to fly the max. I don't know, something about the max. Like the max is an awesome aircraft. iFly did an incredible job, and it is nice in sometimes. But this NG just has more character to me. Like those classic like little square screens. Maybe because I started on it and like in when I was a kid type thing. But yeah, I was gonna do a 320. But we could do that later today, possibly, actually. Well, let's see here. We're getting a little rocked up in these clouds, but after this, we should be good to allow the belts into auto position. I spent 2 weeks visiting a number of airports. ROAH was good. F-15s are based there. That's kind of cool. With P-3 Orions and Chinooks, they tend to land 3-6 left at ROAH. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, the winds are favoring the 1.6s, I think, or 1.8s today. That must have been really cool. Yeah, I love the Max, great plane, but the NG is the nicer for me. Not sure why, but I feel it more enjoyable to fly. Yeah, I don't know what it is. The NG just has a bit more, it's just more character to it. The Max is really good. Don't get me wrong, the iFly Max is awesome. Let's bring these down here. Don't need that anymore. And the flight model of the Max is good too. What I don't like about the Max flight model is that same thing that I was saying, is each airplane has that stupid lift thing near the ground. Well, actually, I guess you want lift in an airplane, but they all have that overdone lift near the ground, in my opinion at least. So you're like, you go to flare, what you think a flare should be and what I know a flare should be, and then it's like, I have these... Oh, I had it in CRJ mode. Yeah, CRJ, the up is... Oh, never mind. We can go auto now. Whoops. Anyways, you go to flare, and you put not even that much in, and the airplane just starts floating for days, and I'm like, that's not how it is. I don't even need to fly the airplane to know that's not how the airplane works. Just physically. There's not that much elevator support slash, or input to make that big of an input. Nor is it that much lift that should be created at that angle of attack to produce that. And you know, one of the two landings, like maybe it was the wind, maybe it's this, but after like every single landing with zero wind, you can do all the different settings. It's a flight model. It's a flight modelism. And every airplane that was brought from 2020 to 24 has it. So it has it a little bit in the RJ as well, and we gotta go ahead and fix that. Yeah, the weird ground effect physics. Yeah, the NG I don't think has too much of that, but I think it does a little bit. The A350, I haven't tried it with the new update, but the A350 was a floater and a half, and I don't know if that's actually how it is, but I think it was being suffered from the float, the float bug as well. Hey, we actually have traffic. Should honk our horn. Appreciate all you guys coming out. Thank you for being channel members as well. Be sure to go check the channel or the description of this video. Tons of links you guys can check out in the description, be it the Discord that we have, or if you want to save some money on Contrail, ProDesk Sim, or whatever, feel free to go check out all the discount codes down below. You guys were killing the Contrail code last month during Christmas. Oh, you know what's really cool, guys? I just got affiliated with, they just approved me being affiliated with Big Screen VR. So that's pretty neat. I don't know if I get a discount code or not for you guys, but let me check. My buddy just got a Big Screen VR. Said it's even clearer than the Pimax he had, but he didn't have the Crystal Super, so I'm not sure where he's coming from. I put it in the chat, guys. That is the brand new big screen affiliate link, apparently. Let's see if it actually works. I didn't even test it. If you guys want some heavy winds, go fly in Toronto. The winds are crazy today. Guess we should check on where we are here. Right in the coffin corner, going up to 40,000. It's a pretty straight shot. Going to be basically a straight-in final too. $150 knot wind from the right side. All right, well there's 39,000 for 40,000. It should have made a altitude alert chime there. There it is, 39 for 40. Nick says, same for Cleveland. We were supposed to fly to Miami. Flight canceled. Yeah. Wind and snow. Yeah, it's been pretty bad for you the past few days. Charlotte Flight, welcome, welcome. Thanks for stopping by, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Uh,
Yeah, it's been pretty bad.
Whenever I do a quick tutorial, I get good views. Whenever I do a cinematic flight, the video flops. Yeah, tutorials go pretty well on YouTube for sure. Everyone's always trying to learn something, which is not a bad thing. All right, we're up at 40,000 feet. The belts, I already turned them off. We made it to our top of climb, just passing SASMA. And the SASMA fuel requirement, let's see here, SASMA was 11,182 and we're 11,1, so that's right on the fuel. Min for SASMA is 9.8, so we're got 2,000, well, about 1,200 up on min fuel there at SASMA, so we're doing pretty good. The RVSM is all checked. Cool. Got some more subscribers. Appreciate all that. Yeah, the sounds need a little bit of work, but I'm running out of tutorials to make though. Yeah, there's always a tutorial to make. You should make, let's see. You can always make a basic like autopilot tutorial. Like the functions of level change, the functions of heading select, the functions of the approach button. But yeah. It's hard to think of video ideas. appreciate you guys staying here and watching though. Not much really going on, but as we get closer, obviously we'll get more to do. We'll only be going to do the, or that wasn't English. I'm only going to be doing the one flight today, as I got to go grocery shopping. I've been putting it off for weeks, but I got to go, so. Okay, but I don't want to give anyone wrong info. I find it fairly easy to just do a flight and put some cinematics, and it's nice to watch. Just YouTube doesn't push those videos out to many people. Yeah, it doesn't. I don't like the YouTube algorithm. I like the TikTok algorithm better. But I think they got to update the YouTube. Melvin, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Melvin says, found your channel when looking for CRJ tutorials, since that's what I will be flying soon. Just awaiting a class date. Hey, congratulations. Yeah, you're gonna like the RJ. The RJ is a fun bird to fly, and it's very hands-on. So if you want to relax, go fly an Airbus or Embraer. But if you want a hands-on airplane, you gotta know your shit. The RJ will keep you in tune. Especially if you don't have the NG, and especially if you have the 200. That's even worse. But congratulations. Hopefully the content's helping. If airline can come up with a way for me to spend 20 minutes on computer-based training reminding me how the window heat works, you can make a tutorial about anything. This is true. I got to do those still, actually. Got another month to go. Probably also doesn't help that people don't comment much on flight video with 28K views. There was one comment that I don't know what it even means. Some random language Google couldn't translate. Maybe in the video, maybe, I don't know if you already do this, but put in the very beginning, like, leave your comments down below of what next, like, cinematic I should do or something, and maybe it'll people will start to look at it more, or start to comment more. Lucas says, I'm back. Welcome, welcome. Rice, chicken, veggies, milk. Now I'm lost. You there yet? Top of drops over there, 80 mile away. Alright, let's start getting some stuff set up, I guess. I was already there. Landing dispatch, import from 18 right we're taking, import OFP, import the weather, we'll calculate it. Land distance of 8,800 feet, that's quite incredibly crazy actually. Yeah, off. Give me an auto brake setting, but anyways, VR for 154, 159 with the added 5. And that's calculating for a 146. I think that's the problem right there. Let's go do this. So, where do we go here? Index. We're going to zero for a 117.9. Let's call it 118. And the fuel on landing is going to be 8,000. So 126 is the landing weight, not 146. It's completely off. Where can I change that? I need to change the weight. Airport name, airport, yeah, aircraft. Alright, well. 126. 126. Let's call it even 2,600. 126,000 pounds. Flap 30. Any ice off. Reverse credit. Just do no credit. Auto brakes 2. Nope. Add 5. Import the weather. Calculate. Veer for 144. Required land distance is 7,400. Available land distance is 8,800. So we have only. That's quite a bit. Let's do auto brakes 3. I like that better. Auto brakes 3 is my choice today. And yeah, 144, ref for 149. So we'll go down here. Let's call for a gross at 128. I'm looking more at 126 from the numbers I see. Let me just make sure that it is correct here. Yep. 8,000 over there. Makes sense to me. And we got 140 it calls for. I wonder which one's more correct. Anyways, we'll do 30 slash. That calls for 139. The other one's, the EFB is calling for 144. I'll just call it 145. Make it easy. I don't think I was supposed to do that, but I already added it, but whatever. Be good enough. We can manually add it if we need to. Auto brakes 3 is already set. Everything is looking good. And we're going to be doing the visual backed up by the ILS 18 right, which is 1015. We'll do both sides. Always want to do both sides. There you go. And does it have a DME backup? ION. ION. Perfect. It's all co-located. MDA of 263. Oh my god, this is actually so annoying to set. 263 is set. And yeah, pretty good. New PMDG 737 tutorial, how I open the flight deck door. Exactly. Did I leave that open actually? I did. There we go, close that. There you go. See, I need a tutorial too. I got a few flights going today. Most I think will be Delta. Hey, nice. Delta 320, or you doing X-Plane 75 or something? Had some phone calls and work stuff deal with. Got you back upstairs. No worries, Jack. We're just gonna start our descent here into Neha. See helping people already. That's it. I'll be running in flight. I'll be running infinite flight. Maybe the 7.5 on an Airbus or an Airbus. Nice. Yeah, I think the next stream we're gonna do is an Airbus stream. I haven't done that one in a while. I'll show you guys all the cool hardware we got for the Airbus. I posted a video yesterday on all the Airbus stuff that's available to the consumer nowadays. Well, not all of it, but a lot of it. Are we there yet? How long flight do you do in real life with CRJ 900? It depends where they send me, but the longest one I've done is about 3 hours. But that was a missed approach and then divert and all that crazy nonsense. And then, but I think they used to do 3 hour and 40-minute scheduled route flights with the RJ, but they don't do those anymore. But the 900 LR could go for 4 hours straight if you wanted to. Wouldn't be a fun ride for the people in the back or even in the front. But yeah, the longest scheduled flight I've done was 2 hours and 20. But longest flight I've ever done was 3 with the diversion. Went all the way to an airport, went all the way back home. It's that annoying to set IRL too. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, because I'm using the wing controls EFS panel for it, and it's super stupid. I don't know why they designed that like that. Banana Play Games. Hey, welcome. Thanks for stopping by, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Sharp Flights, I'm doing good. How are you? All right, let's see here. There's no ATC. Kukol wants us above 2,000. Let's see. Kukol at 2. Yeah. 1,200 is the lowest, so we'll just go ahead and set this on down to 1,200 feet. And that's 1,200 for Salsa. VNav is still armed. Why does it say... Oh, I clicked approach by accident. There we go. Like, why does it say glide path there? It's pretty low altitude to intercept an ILS at, but that's what they want. So we're doing the Hyena, whatever it's called. Hiya. We got a max of 230 below 14 grand, max of 240 above 14 grand. That's pretty slow. Wow, they get you slow. We'll be following this route though. Focus Kukul. And then we'll be Kukul transitioning into the approach on the ILS 18 right. It'll be a visual backed up by the ILS though. Page 11-1. There's the effective date there. Looks 11015 set left both and right. They got the MDA of 263 set left and the right side. MSA is the high sector is the northeast quadrant based on the NHC VOR. Where is that located? Basically at the airport. And that's 2,700 feet, most likely due to the terrain over there. The missed approach is a right turn, climb 1,200 feet, outbound via the NHC VOR radial 226. Let's have that in standby way, don't we? So 16.5 is the NHC VOR. There we go. So right turn 1200, outbound NHC VOR radial of 226. DME of 15, climb to 2,000 feet, outbound via NHC VOR, clockwise arc to oval and hold. Wow, can you make it a missed approach any more like complicated? Just do right turn and hold at a fictional waypoint. Like missed approaches are such busy times for flight crews. We'd want to make those as easy as possible. If it's just water you're flying over, like if it's a mountain, I get it, you know, but it just right turn, direct this waypoint. That's all it should be. You gotta do an arc. You gotta do this. I know these aircraft will fly it for you, but in RJ land, I mean, we'd have to go from green needle to white needle and do all this stuff to make it work. And it's like just make it simple. Where am I heading? Where am I heading? 5,000. Anyways, that's it. We'll be landing 18 right, and we're gonna exit most likely Tango 6 or Tango 7, and we're gonna taxi all the way down Charlie to Juliet 2. We'll pick a random gate there to park on, and then we'll be doing a replay for you. Let me get my recording software up. If I can find it. There it is, flight recorder. And we're predicting to land with 8,000 pounds of gas. Our min fuel is 6,000. So we got an extra $2,000 of gas when we get down there. So plenty of time and plenty of fuel for... Oh, wrong one. I'm all over the place. Plenty of fuel for a missed approach and another VFR approach. On the vertical stream, Dolly, welcome. Hello from Dukawana. Okay, that can't be a real place. Dukawanalaka, Wisconsin. Probably is. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. We have a horizontal stream as well if you want to check out the horizontal, but if you like the vertical format, be my guest. Joseph, welcome. I remember flying these things for Southwest. Oh, yeah, you used to fly Southwest, eh? Nice. Is it like cameras you have in this thing or video game? No, this is a game. This is Microsoft Flight Sim. We're not in the real 3.7. I fly the RJ real world, and they don't let me put cameras in that, unfortunately. This is beautiful Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 in all its glory. A year later, at least, in its glory. A little bit of laggy flyby there. All right, we're coming up on top of the set. Zach says, you may have answered them already, unfortunately. I stepped away. Did you plan to get typed on any other aircraft? Yeah, in the future. Probably going to move companies before that happens, though. But definitely in the future. That is the plan, at least. Hello, I missed the CRJ stream yesterday. Is the CRJ still unusable in 24? It's not unusable. You can go back and watch it there. We used it for 2 flights. It worked just fine. A couple bugs that you really just gotta watch for, but once you know the bugs, you know what to watch for. So, but no, it's not unusable. Make our life a little easier. We're just gonna go direct. It's gonna cut the descent pretty quickly, but we'll go direct Pyrus or whatever it's called. There we go. Just save some time. Jack, there is a Dakota, Wisconsin, though. Oh, there is there. I thought it was a fake name. The name Dakota is derived from Dakota. The community was settled by immigrants from Luxembourg in the 1840s and 50s. Okay, cool. Yeah, I thought it was. I thought someone was pulling a string there. Laka, Wisconsin. Jack's Aviation. Hey, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. We're just about to start our top of descent here into FUK-ROAH. Simulator or... Whoa. That was interesting. Simulator or game is the question. Definitely a simulator. Yeah. I have different opinions. It's definitely... it's a high fidelity game. I'll give it that. The Phoenix I'll give simulator to. But Microsoft as a whole, I'd say it's a game. If you had Microsoft Flight Sim 24 without add-ons, it's a game. And then if you add like you add the add-ons to it, and you can make it a simulator. That's kind of my opinion on it. But even then, it's still a game. You're on your desktop. You're not surrounded by all the, you know, the motion and all that to simulate everything. but I think it'd be like a, what do they call it? Like a fixed base, like trainer sim. But yeah, that's my opinion on it. If Microsoft, if you just bought 2020 or 24 and didn't do anything to it, it's straight up a video game because the physics are terrible and the system depth is not really that much there. It's like a little bit better than Battlefield. It's better than that, but you know what I mean. And then, but if you buy the add-ons to it, you can make it a decent trainer sim. And it also depends on the hardware you have. You doing another leg or not? I could hop on if you're on the network. Oh, I am on the network. Unfortunately, we're not doing another leg. We're doing. I gotta go grocery shopping, so we're gonna be doing that. And I'll probably playing some DCS later, and then me and Captain Jack will be streaming after around maybe 9 p.m. Eastern. He's gonna stream the CRJ for maybe a little quick 1 hour little flight, and we're gonna help him. We're gonna help him get the CRJ down pat. Those camera shakes happen from the real quote realistic turbulence, I believe. He recommends low turbulence. Oh, okay, interesting. So low turbulence settings. Probably get that later on. There's VPath. I thought it was Chase Plane doing it. Don't overspeed me, airplane. I'm watching you. It's doing a 3,000 per minute descent. That's what we do in the RJ for the most part. It's changing it now, but Jazzman 7793. Hey, welcome. Thanks for stopping by, my friend. Hope you're doing well. You play jazz music? Jack says, found this from the Owls Discord. Oh, nice. Thanks for stopping by. Maybe it is. Maybe a combination. Don't really know, though. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they're doing the shaking thing. Sola see there. I know you usually listen to it. Nice. I appreciate you stopping by. We do have a horizontal stream as well, Jazzman, that you're on the vertical stream. We have 2 streams going at once. If you like the vertical format, if you're on a phone, I got that going. But if you want the horizontal view on a PC or an iPad, we have that. We have that here too. Look at that shadow. That looks pretty good. Wait, do you have the RTX ray tracing shadow feature turned on as I'm testing it out on the new update with performance and that kind of stuff? I might do maybe after I go shopping and clean up a little bit, maybe around 3 or 4 o'clock, I might do a DCS stream in the Vegan. We'll be in Pimax Crystal Light in the VR with the brand new Moza AB6. We'll do some Vegan missions. I love the Vegan, and we'll do some of that. Jack says, regarding gamer sim, doesn't that connotation of a game mean competition of scoring points? It serves the same basic function as real airline sim. In my opinion, all meant good neutrality here. Or, well, if you think about it, they have landing challenges where you can get points and score. So I think Microsoft has definitely tailored their sim slash game, whatever you want to call it, to towards the gaming market. That's why it's available on Xbox and PS5, and you can play with the controller and all that kind of stuff, and you can do those challenges and whatever. But you can take the base game and, in my opinion, turn it into a simulation with the add-ons. So PMDG, the GSX, your yokes, your all that kind of stuff. If you're sitting there with an Xbox controller on an Xbox with a, you know, with the default 787, to me you're playing a video game. That's not a sim. It might have simulation qualities, you know, but, and even then to like there's different levels of simulation as well, right? So sim is a pretty broad term. Sim, like if you're gonna call it like a high fidelity or a sim or level D sim, level Ds are those massive $30 million sims, right? You've been into one of those, Jack. And so like when you're immersed in that world with the motion, with the feel of the yokes and all that kind of stuff they got going on, it's a completely different world than being at home in your slippers. You know, so different levels of simulation as well. But that's my opinion. It's a game if you buy it on just by default. Maybe on PC with a yoke, if you have a yoke and stuff by default, it's a bit more of a sim type of thing. But you can enhance the level of simulation if you start. First of all, the way you use it, you know, checklists, flows, and VATSIM and stuff. And second, the hardware you put and the software you put on it. That's my opinion on it. But I'll always call it a game. That's just, you know, you go do it for work, and then you know. And you just had like 3 MELs and your life's on the line, icy runways, this, that, and you come to the game where, you know, all that stuff goes away. But yeah, it's just what I call it. But hope whenever SU5 comes around, the GPU issue are fixed. That instantly led to more stable / stutter free experience. VRAM is still an issue for many. It is, yeah. Hopefully they can get that sorted. I'd like to be able to run. I'm running highs now. I used to have to run lows to mediums, so now we're better. My sim works amazing, 1080p with 5070. Yeah, you're 1080p. I'm running. If you run 2 or 4K like I am on a ultra wide, it's not the same. Not the same story. 1080p will run pretty well though. We just need GPUs with more VRAM or oh wait, RAM shortage. Yeah, exactly. Well, RAM and VRAM are different, but I think they said they made the game have many features, some made for gamers like those weekly challenges, Stranger Things, but free flight is for the hardcore simmers or simmers want realism. I haven't updated my GSX in so long. You're being the real McCoy pilot, although have a very valid opinion just for fun. Yeah, that's my opinion. There's a lot of aspects that go into flight simulation. So, you know, if you're gonna really want to like replicate airline flying, like you need to be able to, you know, brief the FAs, the passengers on board. You know, there's tons of stuff that can go on in real world stuff. But just of the flying aspect of A to B, yeah, I can call it a sim. Depending on the challenges, or the not challenges, depending on the hardware you have, the software you're running, and how you use. If you're using it like a game, it's a video game. If you're using it like a sim, it's a sim. or it's part of the simulation genre. But again, that's my opinion. You'll have real pilots that I don't know why it just randomly went to that view. You'll have real pilots that will forever call it a video game, and they don't even like, they call the sims we train on video games, and to an extent you are playing a video game. I mean, it's all computer, right? And Airbus pilots in real life are playing a video game too. But and then you got the other ones that are more into the sim world and kind of understand it. So that's just my opinion. I've been simming my whole life, so I'm not knocking it, but you know, it's, if I trained on, if two people, the way I classify it like a sim, if two people came to my house who were training to get to pass a line check, RJ couldn't do it because the RJ is not good. That was not good enough for it. But let's say you got the Phoenix, you got the best of the best. Would you be able to pass a line check doing it? You probably could. The only thing that's different on it would be you'd actually have to physically like reach up and hit the buttons and all that kind of stuff, and the flight model might be a little bit different. But system wise, you know, depending again on depending on what you're using, like the Phoenix or the iFly or the Leonardo, like MD-80, is a sim. But if you're just gonna run the default Microsoft, it's to me the default Microsoft is pretty video gamey. But that's me. Call it software? Exactly. Yeah, so Rudder also flies. Been flying a lot longer than I have. So that's just I think that's just the natural most opinion you get from, it's almost like, you know, you're going to, let's say Jack, that you're going to drive your subway, whatever. That's your daily job. You do it every day. You deal with all the problems, all the hassles, the scheduling changes, the people, whatever. You deal with all that all the time. We're getting some icing here. So let's go wings and cowls on. Anyways, you're dealing with all that kind of stuff. And then you go home and play Subway Simulator. When you do it every day in real world, to you going home and playing it is a game, in a sense. So you're just, you know, that's kind of where it comes from. It is a sim genre though, of classification. Nice put in the comment about the real sims. Hey, I at least gave you, yeah, I think I read that one already. Yeah, I'm not trying to knock it. It definitely has its value. You can definitely tell, at least when I was an instructor, people that started on sims and then went for flight training, and people that had absolutely no clue. It'll give you a huge edge, and that's what happened to me as well. As I was way ahead, especially even in the airline training area, because most of the people that were in my class had never touched an FMS, never touched an autopilot, where I've been doing it on sims for years, so it was easier to learn and pick up. And the flows and all that, I could just go to my sim and do the flow at home. So it definitely has value, but it's just depending on your sim is a wide range of so simulator in the game genre market, yes. Simulator in the legal definition, no. Do RJ pilots get paid well or mid? In the States they get paid very well, but everywhere else in the world it's pretty mid. Is icing better in 24? It's so bad. It's terrible it's terrible in all sims. I've never seen icing replicated properly, like, ever. More, it says it's a sim, it's a game, tomato, or tomato potato, it actually says. There it is. Yeah, it's whatever you want it to be. Do you feel like you can test out stuff you would never been able to do in real life? Do you find any benefits from being a flight simmer? Well, I'm in the RJ, so unfortunately the Aerosoft is not to a development level of where the Phoenix is, but where I do use it, there's transition there. where I do use the Aerosoft CRJ and this tool called Flight Control, which is an instructor station, I program an engine fail at V1, and I practice V1 cuts and all that kind of stuff. And sometimes if it's an airport, like when I was newer on the airplane, if it was an approach that I've never done before into an airport I've never gone to before, you could just do it in the sim. So that's where I find it beneficial. But I've been simming for so long that I'm not doing it to necessarily help myself in real world in a sense. I just fly whatever I want and I have fun with it. And I've been doing it for so long that it just becomes second nature. But that's where you could use it, and especially if you're getting IFR rating, if you're just working on your instrument rating, the sim is a huge benefit to you. Captain Cargo, hey, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Matt says, hey, maybe they have their own icing simulation in the plane. In 2020, you get icing on the ground, sunny. Yeah, exactly. It's so bad in 2020. I haven't seen that, I don't think, yet in 24, where you get icing on the ground, but I'm not sure. If PMDG or Phoenix made a CRJ, how often would you fly it in the sim? Well, as you see, my Aerosoft CRJ is one of my mains, so if they had one, I'd be a lot more in it. That's for sure. I'd love to be I'd love to help develop it. I even helped with the Aerosoft one, but the Aerosoft is just they're not trying to build a Phoenix CRJ, so my intentions are different than what they're trying to do with it. Gonna go do some Delta 727 ops, 727, and learn how to fly this bird. Dude, the 727 is fantastic. That's an awesome one. Alright, we're coming through 10,000 feet here shortly. We might as well just, we'll chuck those on. Continuous on those. Okay, that goes faster than I thought. Wing anti-ice, Cal anti-ice is already on. Yeah, I'm not trying to offend anybody with the whole sim talk thing. So don't take it from that, especially Jack. But that's just my thought on it. Gonna go. Yeah, I read that one. You just 717 with Delta Ops? Dude, that 717 is a pretty cool plane. Massive engines. Whoever makes the 220s hurry up. I tried that thing actually. I tried it at the FS EXPO. Oh, these pens click too. That's worth the price of the cup of coffee. gonna go level change. I don't really trust this VNAV anymore. I do and I don't. I just want to be a little bit, just so we can start slowing it up. Yeah, I don't think that would look like that either, but that's something I really really hope will get improved in the future, is the weather radar, like an actual, like, take a DCS radar, because DCS has fantastic radar renditions, and apply it here. $30 cup of coffee, yep. I want the PMDG 737, but I don't like how the PMDG handle the whole cup of coffee, so I don't want to support them anymore, so I bought MD-82 instead. The MD-80 is fantastic. Yeah, I can agree with that. I think they shot themselves in the foot a little bit with that. We're going to go vertical speed. Go 1100 a minute. We're going to slow it on down here. I didn't buy their 777s. I just bought the 300. I didn't buy anything else because I'm not paying like a full price for the same airplane but smaller. There's no one here to clear us to land, so I'm just going to clear us to land. FUK-ROAH traffic, it's Solid Seed 101, 13 mile turning final 18 or 8. Let's say 16. Temp down here 18 degrees. Wing anti-ice and cal can be selected off. Hear that sudden reduction in thrust there? That was the anti-ice being selected off. We're gonna go flap 1. Sounds like we have an auction mask going off. Alright, we're on a 10 mile final. We're going to go ahead and click the approach button there. Local light soap arm. Flap 5. The flap travel looks really good. We'll start our recording software. We'll turn on the cameras for you. Check. Low captured. Two for 1200. Hey, we're out of it now. Runways in sight. That is crazily far apart. Mr. Mickey Mike coming in with 9 months. Thank you so much, Mickey Mike. Appreciate you. We're just gonna be landing into FUK-ROAH. No, I shouldn't say that. It's oh, we're not even landing there. It's in Neha. I'm all over the place. We took off from FUK-ROAH. Neha traffic. It's Solar Seed 101, 7-mile final, 18 right. Completely off on what I was saying. Thanks, Mike. Hopefully we get the stream tonight. I think you saw, oh, you're gonna push it or something, but we'll see. Results acquire. It's interesting that this is the mandatory 1,200 feet. FUK-ROAH. FUK-ROAH. Oh, okay. I meant to go flap 10 there. Is there a flap 10? I swear there was. Yeah, there is. I don't think they actually use flap 10. I think they go past that. But whatever, we'll use it. Yeah, it's interesting that this is, it's a mandatory 1,200. Very interesting. Maybe in Japan, mandatory, they put on the charts that you can't go below it, but that doesn't make sense. It's just, let's just leave it there at 1,200, not say mandatory. But up, beat up, beat up. Is Glide still alive? And with that, we're gonna go gear down, flap 15. Flap 20. 5, not 20. RJ's flap 20. Flap 30. And a ref of 145 we've chosen. Glide slope captured. 2,000 is set for the mist. Why don't we autopilot or hand fly this thing a little bit? Autopilot disengaged. Auto thrust disengaged. Oh, I forgot my toga button does that. Let's try to click approach real quick again. Yeah, I forgot that I had that set to that. I gotta change that. Alright, look, glide slope captured. It also changed my approach speed. But 145 is what we're looking for. Nope. Whatever. But yeah, I basically activated the go around mode. Yeah, I gotta change that button. She's getting a little windy. Correcting height.
400. Approaching minimums. 3 minimums.
Gotta change my yoke profile a little bit. Landing.
200. 100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Whoa, my rudder is so sensitive. Holy crap. I barely touched it. I barely touched that rudder. And my reverse. There we go. Alright. I'll just do manual braking. This reverse axis sucks, man. Just go to reverse. I don't know why it doesn't work. Like, that's the most annoying thing in this sim for me, is these reverse axes never work for me. I'm just gonna cake that light up. Like, it doesn't ever want to work. Nope. 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 Probably have to change what it's bound to. Alright, whatever. We'll stop the replay there. Or the recording. Let me disconnect from VATSIM there.
Approaching minimums.
Hey, Lucky, welcome, welcome. Program the reverse in Lorbe's AAO. I hate using that stuff. I know you use it all the time. I have 500 million other things open at the same time already. I don't want 500 million one.
50.
So I think it was pretty trash,
30,
but notice what I was talking about with that the flight model. It's just, it has so much lift. I'm not flaring. I'm like, you can go back to the yoke. I'm just doing like this. There's just a tremendous amount of lift near the ground, but every airplane has it. I think it's just a flight modelism. Let me see if I can try to fix this reverse thing while I'm here with you guys. Control, assigned, reverse. I didn't think I had all this stuff mapped, but apparently I do. Let's do all. Reverse thrust. Alright, that's why it doesn't work. There's nothing here. Hold reverse, toggle reverse. I think I want toggle. Oh, I'm in keyboard. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's go fix that toga button real quick. I absolutely hate the control binding in this game. I already hear Rudder going, go use AO. Alright. That should be mapped now. So I don't go into toga mode every time. On. Off. Alright. This is the button I want for toga. Okay, that one's working too. Alright, we should be in good order now. Let's check reverse. Nope. Nope. I'm telling you, the reverse in this game is so bad. Alright, that one didn't work. Let's try a different one. It works good, lasts a long time. Way better dividing solution for a stock. Yeah, for Microsoft. The 2020 wasn't bad. It's just this one. This one's like ridiculously bad. Maybe it's hold. Let's try hold. Hey, there we go. Kind of. Now go away. Now go away. Okay. There we go. I think we got it working now. Just another one of these with the reverse working. And I'll press record. Yes. Oh yeah, that's what I had to do. Rudder. The rudder was crazy sensitive as well. Rudder. Thought I did this already. There we go. That's a little better. Yeah, a little better. But yeah, I hope in sim update 5 or 6 or whatever they address, or maybe the developers need to address it, but I think it's a flight sim thing where every airplane near the ground effect, it has like ground effect times 5 of what it should have. Like it shouldn't have that much excess lift. I also hope they address the sensitive PAPI / glide slope issue as well. It takes quite a bit to get off a PAPI. Okay, the rudder's a little better. See how much lift? Look, like it's so. Look, I'm gonna keep pulling. I'm not gonna look. I'll just keep going. 127, 120. My approach speed should be 130. There's so much lift. 100 knots, not a chance. Like I refuse to believe that. That airplane would be slamming straight to the ground.
Don't sink. Too
At
low
100 knots.
terrain. Too low terrain.
We'll do it again because I wanted to demonstrate my point there.
Don't sink.
But that's what I really hope,
Don't
and
sink.
the RJ has that problem
Don't sink.
too. So I really
Don't
hope that
sink.
they can address those problems.
Don't sink. Don't sink terrain.
All right, you need to stop.
Don't sink. Too low terrain. Too low terrain. Too low.
So I'm gonna
terrain.
approach 130 because I think the
low
calculated
terrain.
VREF was like
Too low terrain.
completely off.
Too low terrain.
As you can see,
Too
I could have
low
landed at
terrain.
120 and still be basically
Too low
fine.
Terrain. Too low terrain. Too low terrain.
Maybe it's the calculations,
Too low terrain.
but I don't think
Too low terrain.
the PMDG would get those
Too low
calculations, or every
terrain.
airplane would get those calculations
Too
wrong in
low
their VREFs. I think it's just a lift
Too low
thing. So maybe I'll just start minusing 10
Too
knots
low
from
terrain.
the
low terrain.
the given airspeed on
Too
VREF.
low terrain. Too 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 low terrain.
See, yeah, it's about 15 knots slower felt more as an airplane. As you're coming down for that flare, you're taking away power, and the airplane, because you're taking away power, you're trading the power for yoke, and that's why you're keeping it there. If you took away power and didn't add backstick, you're gonna hit. You're still descending at 700 a minute. So in the sim, for some reason, it has so much extra lift if you approach it the VREFs they tell you. But I don't know. That's just my opinion, and my buddy's opinion here as well. I can do these all day though. These get really fun.
Don't sink. Don't
Do a
sink.
bunch of these. You
Too
could
low
probably
terrain.
even approach this at
Too low
128,
terrain.
like 127.
Too low terrain. Too low terrain. Too low terrain.
X-Plane never does this with the
Too
ground
low
effect. Maybe I gotta
terrain.
go to X-Plane.
Too low terrain. Too low
Now the
terrain.
130 knots. We'll add in
Too
trim
low
and
terrain.
power for that.
Too low terrain. 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 Too low terrain.
Yeah,
Too low
yeah.
terrain. Too low terrain. Too low terrain. Too low
I think I have to add a
terrain.
little bit more curve in the
Too
rudder,
low
but other than
terrain.
that,
Too low terrain.
30,
Too
20,
low terrain.
idle.
Too low terrain.
See how
Too low
it's still
terrain.
descending, and you can actually work the flare. You can actually finesse it at that speed. So I think, I don't know, I think what it is, it's either every airplane gets their VREF calculation wrong, which I don't think that's the case. I know the CRJ's one is wrong by like, the CRJ one is usually 6 knots too fast every time. And I have the actual speed card that I reference it to. So that one's wrong. But either like the Phoenix and all those are getting all those speeds wrong, or the flight model that was made for it in 2020 worked, and then 24, I think it was around sim update 2 or 3 where this kind of started popping up, and I find it happens in every airplane. So I might just start minusing like 10 knots off, and so I'll do VREF minus 10 and call it a day. But we'll get some replays here for you. But if I approach at VREF plus 5, I mean, there's no sense in flaring. I just do this, and I'll just
Too low terrain.
you just make it the whole way down the runway.
Too low terrain.
Just gonna make fun of your bindings till you give it. Yeah, I'm a hard head, so I can take it. What software do you use to replay flight line? This is called Flight Recorder.
Too low terrain.
Every airplane has this issue as every airplane has the issue as well, except the A2A ones. Ooh, A2A is, yeah, A2A does a really good job. Japanese air has more lift, maybe. That's probably what it is. But honestly, I'm gonna start approaching at VREF -10, and I'm just gonna test it out and see if it works. See how the airplane is still descending? See how it's gradually descending, and that's how it's supposed to be, and I'm flaring, like you're actually flaring off the airplane. So I don't know if again, I highly doubt all the VREF calculators are wrong. I mean, it could be, but I highly doubt that between all the different companies. I more say that the aircraft lift, drag, and weight in the sim are not accounted for that. The aircraft at that speed, the wing is creating too much lift at that angle of attack at that speed in almost all the airplanes, because they did something. I think Microsoft did something to the code around Sim Update 2 is where I really noticed it, when I was helping develop the RJ flight model. But that's just me. To me, it doesn't feel at the VREF speed they want, +5. That doesn't feel. I mean, you're going way too fast. It just doesn't work. And but I've noticed that with all the airplanes, is there's so much excess energy at their VREF calculations. But that's just my experience, and I guess Shaq's experience as well. Maybe try flat 15. Yeah, I'll do flat 15 landings. That's funny. That's a good one. No, the normal landing flap is 30, so it should work. The aircraft should feel, just physically. I mean, if I'm taking away thrust, the airplane's going to want to descend more. The airplane shouldn't want to just balloon. Unless it has excess energy for its calculated weight. But again, I highly doubt that all the VREF calculators are wrong. It could be, but I more say that there's a fundamental Microsoft flaw. To see how much more natural that looks, it was a constant just descend, flare, still descending in the flare. The flare is to arrest the rate of descent. It's not supposed to level you off. And anytime you flare with the VREF they calculate, you're just basically in this level off portion. It's almost like you hit like a wall, like it's descending, power, and then you flare a little bit, and you're just in that ground effect wall through like 10 feet. I don't know. That's my opinion. Maybe I'm making excuses, but based off what I've flown and what I know, it's wrong. I'm sticking by it. But anyways, we're gonna end it here, guys. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Later on, we'll be doing the vegan in DCS World. DCS World, in my opinion, has the best flight model out of any sim. It beats X-Plane, it beats Microsoft by far. DCS is fantastic for its flight physics, especially in the helicopters. They feel incredible, and the F-14 and the F-4 feel really, really good too. So we will be streaming the Vegan, maybe a little bit of the F-18 or maybe the Viper, and we will see you guys on the next one. Till then, thank you so much. Or it's a skill issue. Yes, probably just that. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.
Too low terrain. 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 Too low terrain.